Artemis, you're joining me here on the couch. We have Joe Stacking World Series coming up. Can you? It's all been leading up to this. So much pressure on these boys. They have been hard at work. The teams have gotten together. There has been a lot of thought going into this. Can you explain a little bit to me what we're about to see?
Okay, so I'd like to explain what a Joe is to start off.
Sure.
So it's like basically a giant beanbag. There they are. We get to see wonderful visual. Those are called Joes. We have multiple types of Joes. So Joe stacking, we have teams of 3 people. We get one person. They stack up in the middle Joe, right? The blue one in the middle there.
Yes.
Then somebody stacks one of the brown Joes on the side on top of the person.
Right.
Then we put another person on top.
Correct.
So you have 2 people, right? Then
Absolutely.
you add a third Joe on top of them. And you throw a third person on top. And we call that a formation.
Okay.
Yes. So after they can balance on top for like 5 seconds, we will consider it done. And they have to do, each person has to play each role. So like bottom, middle, and top. And once they finish all 3 formations, the time will stop. And yeah.
And it's magic.
Yeah,
so
it's magic.
We have 3 teams, each of size 3. The 3 teams are Joe Gang, which is comprised of Shift, Nez, and Torje. Then we have the Big Joe Foes, which is EZScape, Optimistic Emo, and Small Ant 1. And last but not least, we have Don't Tase Me Joe, comprised of Null, Beat F100, and Doughboy. In the first match, and this will be a round-robin series, everyone will play everyone, at which point the top 2 teams will go against each other in the grand finals. We have Don't Tase Me Joe, Joe Gang versus the Big Joe Foes.
All right, Joe Gang versus Big Joe Foes. Let's get
And
in here.
we have Slime refereeing, keeping the time. So Joe Gang will go first. Time will start.
Yes.
Each of the team members will be sitting in the corner chairs in the back. When Slime says start, he starts his timer. The team gets up. Somebody will get on the bottom Joe, and the other 2 team members will work to stack the Joe.
Absolutely.
For their first formation. Now, each team must, of course, complete 3 formations in which they all play each role.
Absolutely.
At the end of the 3 formations, time is end, and that is their time. Depending on who has a better time at stacking the 3 formations determines who won the match.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's pretty much all we need to know. Anything that I missed, Artemis?
There isn't anything that I can think of. I guess to explain it, when we saw that shot with the blue Joe in the middle and we had the other Joes around him, we call all those safety Joes. So that's only because if the top person, say they overshot and they fall off, we don't want them to get hurt. Safety is in mind.
Safety is definitely in mind. Now, Artemis, as a professional Joe stacker,
yes.
We've been at the game for a while. The
Yes,
reason that
quite
we're
a
not
while.
playing is that we have such a strong advantage over these other players. We didn't want to sort of exert our dominance on them. So the most important piece of Joe stacking is the top.
Absolutely.
The base is easy. You just lay on there and you're getting stacked on. You just got to be able to handle the pressure. It's not a big deal. The middle piece, not as hard. You're just kind of leaping. Not a huge deal. But the top Joe is so crucial. It is the key element. Because if the top Joe cannot stand still and has to keep rebalancing, that is so much time lost and could potentially throw the game.
Yeah, there's so much strategy in the top Joe because you have to somehow get on top, and the Joe stacks, they get pretty high. So you have to either you have to jump super high, but you also don't want to jump super far, because then if you jump super far, then you can start knocking everyone over. So it's just a good balance of jumping up rather than far.
That's right.
And it's a really hard balance to master. I know it took us a couple times.
Absolutely. Well, Slime is on deck. He's ready to go. It looks like Joe Gang is in position. Let's see what they got.
All right, Joe Gang, you are up first.
Now Joe Gang, of
Let's
course,
get it
Shift,
started.
Nez, and
I will be
Torje.
notified to start the time. All right. Okay.
Who do you think is going to go for
3,
base?
2,
Joe Gang.
1, go. All right, a very slow start,
Wow,
not
this
even
is a
moving
very-
that fast. Joe, shift on the
Shift
run,
on the run, Joe.
He is already
Already.
costing the team time.
Oh,
All right,
man,
the stack
Shift
is
is
on.
the base.
Torje
All right,
decided to go for
Torje.
the middle.
All right, not bad. All
Decent
right.
move.
Oh, Torje falling. Oh, nice.
Ned's trying to stack on top of Torje while Torje is not in position. This is a very tall stack.
Torje
Can
is ready.
Nez get on top.
Nez jumping.
Going for the leap.
Oh,
Pretty big.
oh.
Toppling. Okay,
This is
trying
why.
to balance, and that is not quite it. That is not a formation.
Nope.
They're going to need to redo it.
Nope. This is
Run it
why
back.
This is why we have the safety Joes. This is why.
All right, doing it. The heckling from the team members on the side of the room.
All right, Nez.
Nez on top once again.
No.
All right, they got to get together. The team is choking right now. Joe Gang is not looking very fierce.
Shift is just taking it like a champ. Nez potentially realizing.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right, yeah.
And
yeah.
now we can begin. Has to have his hands out for 5 seconds before it is confirmed.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right,
Now that's
formation one is
formation.
done.
One formation. They must complete 2 more formations. They're
2 more
celebrating a little bit
formations.
early.
You got 2 formations. Keep going.
Okay, 2 more formations came.
All right, Torje.
All right, Torje now on the base.
Oh.
Hopefully he can survive.
He's doing it on
Don't
his
want him to
back.
get smothered. Shift deciding to go
Shift
middle.
second. All right. Wait.
But Nez,
Wait, Nez.
on top again. This is
Nez
not.
on top.
The communication is lacking here on Joe Gang. They have the charisma, they have the morale, but they don't quite have the logistics figured out. And that's why I'm so worried.
All right, Shift trying to get on top. Oh.
Nope.
No.
Okay, he's getting in position.
1, 2.
The balance is palpable.
All right, that counts.
That's
That counts.
one more formation. Now they
Formation,
need
babe. One more.
more formation. Nez needs to be the base.
Shift in the middle. Torje
Shift in
on
the middle,
top.
Torje on top.
Ooh.
Okay. Okay, a very animated bounce from Nez.
Shift rebalancing.
Yep, shift going in, packing it on. Nez
All right.
getting-
Oh, okay, good enough. Torje just needs to leap on top. This is it. All right. Oh, Torje having some issues. Torje can't jump.
Here we go.
He can't
Here
make
we
it up
go.
there.
Not
No.
Oh, he's holding on. Okay, he's rebalancing.
He's
Figuring it
getting
out.
close.
Getting a point.
All right.
2,
3.
4.
All right, that's
And they are
time.
complete. What
is
is
time.
the time, Slime? Joe Gang has ended with a 2:29.16. That is a time. That is all I will say on 2:29.
That is absolutely a
Let
time.
me go ahead and jot that down here. 2:29.16 for
2:29.16.
Joe Gang. Now, Joe Gang is going up against the Big Joe foes. They are already there in the corner. EZScape, Emo, Small Ant. Slime is on the scene. He's already ready to go. He knows what needs to happen. It's going down now. 2:29.16. Artemis, what do you have to say about that?
It's a shame. They could have done way better.
Honestly, I thought it was going to be like 5 minutes because
Yeah, that is very fair.
Joe foes, are you ready?
checking that they're ready.
All right, who do you think's going to dive in?
Easy. Small Ant looks poised to jump right in.
Oh,
Okay.
It was EZScape.
Some hesitation.
Oh,
EZScape
the
right
back.
in there. And
Oh,
they've
Small
thought
Ant.
about this. You
Wow.
can clearly tell what's going on.
The practice.
So much confidence.
Emo getting on.
Oh, okay.
That would have been insane
This is a
time.
tough leap. Now, okay, the adjusting.
That's
The
okay.
meta's developing. There it is.
Well,
No
that was
problem.
insane
That
timing.
was extremely
That was
fast
amazing.
first formation. Truly
All right,
impressive.
Emo going second.
They're changing the meta. Now, the thing is, we're seeing that the
Wait,
top
wasn't Small just... Or am I I'm misremembering. My bad.
Okay.
We're good.
Okay. Small Ant using the side safety Joe to get on top. Very nice.
That counts. And it's
And
good.
That is good. One more formation
This
left.
is
They are on
insane.
insane pace. Almost certainly going to be destroying
EZScape
Joe
carrying
Gang
the
here.
Joe with him. The strats.
They came prepared. They obviously thought about this.
They've
There was a lot of
practiced.
communication. Oh, goodness gracious. A
Suffocate.
topple over of the Joes.
Suck EZScape.
A lot of
no.
banter going on.
All right,
All
right, that's
and that'll
five.
be it.
That's five.
That is it.
That's five.
And that is good.
That
is
looked good.
The second team completing with a 1:11 for the Big Joe foes. Thank you very much.
That's a penalty.
Ruling on the floor is that they made it 1:11.22.
That's so dumb.
You were still Nez very upset despite being a whole minute and a half behind. It's not like that would have caused any problems anyway. So that was Joe Gang versus the Big Joe foes.
Can we reiterate what time that was? How insane of a time was that?
They cut it in half. That was a whole minute and 20 seconds faster. So up next is
insane.
Don't Tase Me Joe is going up against the Big Joe foes. The Big Joe foes obviously very hot off of their recent win against Joe Gang.
Absolutely. That was insane.
Cosmic joining us on the couch. He's trying to keep it together. Slime is
All right.
here.
Don't tase me, Joe. Are you ready? You're ready.
And we have Doughboy. They are looking so ready. At this point, the competition has been established. Joe Gang, you know, not too impressive.
Not impressive.
The Big Joe foes, very, very strong.
Oh
but
my
look
God.
at this.
Godlike.
Extremely quick stacking. Null backing up. Okay, lining it up. Huge leap.
Oh,
Not quite.
he's
Now-
using a safety, Joe. What do we think about this?
Oh,
Oh, what?
1,
He's
2,
gonna die.
He's
4, 5.
we'll
That
take
looks
those. We take those. A
That's
diagonal Joe stack rolling right off. The first formation out of the way for Don't Tase Me Joe. Now Beat F on the bottom. Noel going in the middle. Doughboy getting ready to go on top. Cannot wait. Very eager to get on top of here. The stack is extremely tall. The Joe running away.
Oh, no.
Gotta keep him in place. Noel helping out. Holding the Joe on for Doughboy to jump right up. And once again, a pretty diagonal stack. He's up there. Arms are out.
He's holding.
Get your hand up.
He's holding.
Holding.
We've got holding going on.
We got holding.
It's hard to see, but you can't see on the camera, so holding going on.
He needs to get up. Oh, the
They have been
readjustment.
called out.
The other team's hating.
Okay. They are now adjusting. No holding is
no.
going on. This is a clean
No.
stack.
Oh no.
Get all the angles. The Joe rolling off.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Okay, no readjusting. This
Boy,
could
getting
change
in on it.
everything.
Here we go. The big leap, but not quite enough. And you got to be careful not to overshoot because it's so easy to put too much oomph on it. And still a little bit.
Not using one of the safety Joes to jump up. Just leaping for it. The leaps and bounds.
This man has clearly never played Angry Birds.
All right. He's getting the running jump. He's leaping.
Okay.
Okay.
Push. That is
No.
not a good
Oh, that was
stack.
3.
Oh,
Oh,
my
no.
goodness. Don't Tase Me Joe is choking so hard right
They
now.
had it.
They are up against the Big Joe foes, and this is some very weak gameplay. Definitely not going to be enough to take them on. Goodness gracious.
Oh, man.
Holding heavily onto that safety Joe. They are adjusting, which is fair play.
Oh, okay.
They aren't waiting for the stack
Okay.
yet. And
Oh, man.
They are not
he
quite
knows
good
he's
to let
not
go.
balanced.
you're not fooling the Joes. Gravity will always win.
Not
Don't
you-
Tase Me Joe. Really struggling to
man.
get this formation. Doughboy just not a strong top. He's not sure how to finish the formation. Taking a moment to defend himself. But
Oh, okay.
and just like that, all I needed was a little bit of a push from the commentary booth.
All right.
That is two
the-
formations.
That is only the second formation, though.
Right.
We have
They-
to keep in mind.
They still have one more to take care of. Noel now on the bottom, but thankfully Doughboy doesn't need to be on top anymore. That clearly wasn't working at all. But let's see what BDF's got.
At his heart, he was a bottom, as he had said.
The
My God.
The kneeling
Oh,
jump.
hey, wait, what?
Immediate.
Okay.
5.
And that
All
is
right,
that
all
for Don't Tase Me Joe. They took quite a bit of time, and the final time was 250, the weakest time we have seen thus far in the
250,
tournament. Ooh, goodness gracious, Don't Tase Me Joe. It's going to be extremely tough. We just saw the Big Joe foes take it home in the first round, and as we know, Don't Tase Me Joe is going up against the Big Joe foes. So
Right, Joe Foes. Let's reset the Joes, guys, please.
Yes, reset the Joes, please.
yeah, get the Joes back in position.
I love you, man.
Two Joes against the wall, please.
2 Joes against the wall.
There we go,
Yep,
fixing it
that
up.
Joe and that Joe.
We don't want any illegal tampering from previous gameplay to override from the players.
All right, Big Joe Foes, are you ready?
Yep, switch.
Big Joe foes are
All
up,
right.
switching the seating. Got to start in the same spot every time. It's a completely different game. If you're starting in a
Absol-
different corner, that is going to change up your mentality. There's so
Absolutely,
much
because
going
the
on.
way we have it set up is they have a straight line to have one person jump through.
Go.
And they're starting.
Here we go.
Oh, EZScape at the bottom again.
Another day at the job. Smallent right up
Smallent,
there. Emo so
easy,
confident.
Emo ready.
The leap.
They almost had it too.
Oh,
that was
pretty
insane.
close. Pretty close. Adjusting.
Second level.
Mafia.
Arms out.
Small it. Small it. Oh, legs out.
3.
Legs out.
4. 5. Good.
And
That
that
sounds
is the
good.
first formation taken care of for the Big Joe foes. 2 more needed again. The time they're competing against is 250. Ladies and gentlemen, their first match, they got a 111. Now, that could have been a fluke, but right now
wasn't-
they're looking good.
Wait, Smollett was just in the middle, right?
1.
Wait, Smollett was just in the middle. This is not a different formation.
This is not a different formation.
Smollett is in the middle.
The choke, they are unable to keep
choke.
track of what's going on, but fixing it very quickly, thinking
Smollett,
it over.
literally.
Smollett, so agile, quickly on the top.
Is he touching? 1.
That's good.
2. 3. 4, 5.
That was
That is another
insane.
formation.
All right.
Very quickly adjusting.
The quick adjust was best. Small with the strat. That strat I have not seen happen
That
yet.
is genius. That
Taking-
was genius.
Taking the Joe
from
with
Small
him.
Ant.
I have not seen
Holding
another
on.
team participate in that yet.
And just like that,
2, 3,
Are you allowed to grab that? Yo.
Wow. All right.
boom.
He was grabbing it.
And-
That's so not. He was grabbing it. He wasn't like that. He was grabbing
Which
it. He was
level?
grabbing it.
Oh man.
From the bottom.
Wow, teams getting competitive.
Yeah, there's
This is the World Series. I do not play.
You don't know the rules.
it's all good. We have double checked it.
116.
A 116, only 5 seconds
Wow,
slower.
that is
for
impressive.
The big foe Joes taking another win. They are now 2-0, a perfect. They are secured in the grand finals position, and now the third and final round robin match: Joe Gang versus Don't Tase Me Joe. The match we're all wondering how it's going to go down. Joe Gang going to be going first.
Yeah, sit in the corner seats. They don't know how to play the game.
Slime now interfering, moving the Joes back. Slime understands this
Absolutely.
even better than the players themselves.
Someone in the crowd just yelling for no real reason. May have to kick him off set.
And Joe Gang will be going first. Their performance against the big Joe foes was pretty weak. We'll see if they've been able to recuperate as a team and sort of come up with some better strategizing. They've been talking a lot of shit this
Absolutely.
entire set. And right away, shift in the right spot, actually getting on the right Joe. Very aggressive. Nez setting up on top.
Oh.
Looking good. Slime checking all of the angles.
2, 3, 4.
And that is
And
the
it's
first
good.
formation
That
taken
was
care of.
really,
Lightning
really good.
quick. This is a gold split in the world of speedrunning. That was incredibly fast. Possibly the fastest
Nez-
first formation we have seen.
Nez called out the mistake immediately. That could have wasted so much time as we saw before.
Here we go. Oh, shift, holding on to the safety Joes heavily. Getting in a position. Arms are back. He's flying. Superman.
All right,
Two
it's good.
formations. And now Joe Gang, which was seen to be one of the weakest teams in the entire league, might have completely switched it. They flipped it on. The third formation, this is world record
This
pace.
is insane. Oh my God.
Only at the World Series do you see gameplay like this, ladies and gentlemen.
3.
Counting down. It's looking good.
And it's good.
And
That was
absolutely
insane.
insane
Oh
from
my
Joe
God.
Gang.
Let sub
52
52.
seconds, beating the Big Joe foes by 20 seconds. It looked like the Big Joe foes were just going to clean it up today, but Joe Gang has something to say. 52 seconds. Now, of course, Don't Tase Me Joe has to answer back. Can they get 3 formations faster than 52
I
seconds?
mean, we just saw the world record essentially. So they have to beat the world record live as they just did.
Pretty much.
This is insane.
Absolutely absurd.
And we saw how fast they learned how to speed it up really quickly. So now if they learn the same way, this could be it.
I don't know what happened. How did they have such a flip? Literally a 2-minute improvement.
3, 2, 1, go.
Doughboy knows what he's doing. Immediately is
All right,
ready for
he's
a
out
Joe.
there, he's ready, and he's grasping the Joe. The meta is evolving.
That is okay.
When we initially saw
No getting
the Joe
on top.
stacking, the base would be on his belly. Noel struggling a bit. That alone could cost them the game and cost them the entire World Series. Okay, they've got a formation. It's looking good.
It
That
is
is
good.
one. Now they have to get 2 more, and they have to go even faster than that. Noel deciding to go on the bottom.
It looked like there was some confusion there. BDF ready to go, but not quite.
Yeah, I'm really liking this strat of being on the back. Look at this, the 2 back stacks. The meta has evolved. This is the perfect game. Holding the Joe, still getting it in place. Doughboy adjusting the safety Joe as a step, but
Oh.
the topple.
Oh.
Adjusted. Is it
could
safe?
work. Oh,
Go
not,
to the down,
no, it's
but that
falling.
is not quite enough.
Oh,
Rolling
man.
all the way off. The safety Joes are there for a reason, ladies and gentlemen. No one will be hurt. It's all fine.
Wow, we hear some trash talk.
Oh my goodness,
No,
Doughboy was not made to
Doughboy.
be a top. Clearly, he is just not aerodynamic enough. I don't know what it is. Something about his sense of balance.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And he
And
does
there
it.
we go, 2
We have one more.
formations. They have 1 left, but I hate to say it. I think that might have been the nail in the coffin for Don't Tase Me Joe.
Very, very true.
No, I was already top.
Oh no,
The confusion.
They weren't ready. They did not think this through. It's hard to keep track of what formations have been made. They don't even know. Trying to think back the memory. Okay, BDF on bottom. Has BDF been on bottom? I don't think so.
I don't believe so. I
Doughboy's
believe this
definitely
is
not been.
proper.
But I thought Noel had already been on top.
He looks confused as he jumps over.
This might
So
be.
So it sounds like BDF and Noel are in the wrong positions. They have to switch, but they're not listening.
Yeah,
Noel's already been on top.
Nolan's been on top.
So why are you trying to get on top if you know you've already been on top? He's just not making any sense. And now they are coming to their senses. They're forming, but it just doesn't matter at this point. You know, it's just for brownie points. The forfeit, the first forfeit of the World Series in all of my matches I have seen.
Man.
I have never seen a forfeit, no time for
no
Don't
time.
Tase Me Joe. The weakest performers, and accordingly getting cut off. So, what does that leave us with, Artemis? Do you know?
Oh man, so I didn't catch the team names. I don't have them here in
sure.
front of me, but I know the team. So, oh man, I'm just crazy. This is insane.
Yeah, it's going to be Joe Gang versus the Big Joe foes. And
There
it
you
looks
go.
like the
Thank
Big
you.
Joe foes are in position to go first. This is the grand finals, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go.
3, 2, 1, go.
And Doughboy has joined us on the couch. He was with the Don't Tase Me Joe team. Here we go. The Big Joe foes.
Sniper. Hey.
There we go.
Man.
1, 2.
Doughboy, what are your thoughts? You were struggling a bit.
Oh.
No!
Oh, the
That
formation
does
does not count.
Slime's calling it.
Yeah.
That could be it. That could be the critical change.
This is the
Guys, I'm a natural bottom.
natural
We can
bottom.
Top is, I have,
tell.
I'm level 100 bottom. I'm like a pure, so I don't train
You
top.
haven't leveled up, of course.
And this is a very slanted Joe stack,
2,
but
3,
this looks good.
4,
Yeah.
5.
Barely
If
good.
it's
Okay.
legal, it's legal.
That's
you know
one
what I mean?
formation. That's one formation. They have 2 left, but that first formation was super duper weak from Big Joe foes. And after seeing what Joe Gang was able to bring to the table, that might just be it. Here we go.
Smollett is insane.
Smollett, very, very agile, extremely good at getting set up in the top and some
And it's
strange
good.
positions. 2 formations now to their name. That was super quick second one.
Smollett still with his strategy. I still have not seen a single team do that.
I love that.
I don't know if you guys saw it too. The meta definitely evolved from the start. Bottom has to be facing up and hold. That's so important.
Absolutely.
And that's it.
That was a wonderful last formation. That was
Big
insane.
Joe foes end with a
105.
105. Pretty good. Pretty
Very
good
impressive.
time.
Yeah.
Pretty good time. 105.
Now our fastest time was the 52
Yes.
with which team was that?
That's
The
Joe
team
Gang,
name?
and Joe Gang is
Joe
going
Gang.
right now. They have gotten the world record with a 52, and they are going up against a 105 here in Game 1. Of course, this is a best of 3 to make sure you know that it.
Of course, we saw them strategizing in the background.
I love you.
Dan he just keeps talking for whatever reason.
Animal Planet off to the side, cannot keep his mouth shut. Understandable. I mean,
No.
Joe Stackin brings it out in people. It's understandable. Joe Gang is
It's
ready.
really a visceral game. You know, it brings out the animal in you.
Absolutely.
Shift is ready.
On his
Grabbing it.
back.
Perfect.
Look at that.
Oh my god.
So with such speed. Nez on top. A little
no
diagonal,
way.
but this is looking
No
okay.
way.
Arms are out.
Fantastic play. Perfect form by Nez.
That was
Boom.
beautiful.
One formation, lightning speed. I don't think I've
Torje.
seen a formation form that fast
Prepare.
since my
Look at that.
childhood.
Okay, Torje, I like that play. You know, basically, effectively frame skipping there. Just instead of backing all the way up, he stands up, turns around, knows his role.
All right,
They have
is Shift
clearly
gonna
more
do his?
informed plan.
Oh, goodness.
All right,
Shift having a hard time
Shift's
getting
gonna do
balanced on
Superman
top
pose.
here.
We can see it coming
Moving
up.
around, trying to figure it out.
2, 3.
He is barely
That's
legal,
good.
but he's in.
And
All right,
that
we have only
is good.
one formation left.
I wonder what the time's looking like at this point. It's got to be cutting it very close. Shift now in
Oh,
the
this
middle.
is very
Torje
close.
has to clutch this out if he
Okay.
wants to bring it home in
Torje
game
clutches this out.
1.
Torje,
Arms are out.
2,
Looking pretty good.
3, 4, 5.
And it's good.
Boom.
starfish pose,
And that
nailing it.
is
53.
a
53.
Wow.
Now that is game 1. That is game 1.
Nearly
It is best
world
of
record.
3. Yeah.
It's a best
It's
of
a
three.
best
Grand's-
of 3. So that
that's
is
right,
game
Grand's best of 3,
1.
guys.
Joe Gang only 1 second off from their world record, 53, and with some slip-ups. There's room for improvement on the world record, and they made it look so good. We're going to have the rematch, of course, now. Game 2. Artemis, what are you thinking?
If that was a 53, there's a lot of improvement. Like if we continue to see Smollett grab the Joe as he jumps down, and we see how fast they were forming the other team for that last formation, if we can combine those two, we could probably get that down to like a 35.
The way you can look at it too is like there has to be at least 15 seconds in that time. So do 53 minus that 15. That's their kind of transition time.
Right.
Their setup time.
Oh, my goodness. Really fast. Okay, Emo standing back. A very diagonal push. Slime, double checking.
2, 3, 4,
That is a good first formation. That was lightning fast. The two Joes right on top.
Nice
The
small
rotation.
Small ant
Right,
with the
perfect
signature
form.
strat.
That was
That's the
amazing.
strat. That's the
that was
strat.
an amazing golden strat. We still have
Arms out, middle layer.
the middle
Oh.
piece not on their back. I don't know
Okay.
if I can agree with the middle piece not on their back. They're able to support the Joe and
I
put it
agree.
in place.
Then it's good.
Second formation in place. The Big Joe foes is looking extremely good here in game 2. They've learned from their mistakes, trying to
Small
bring
ant,
it down.
legend.
Saving Small Ant as top for
He's good.
last.
Okay.
It's good.
Feet out, feet out, feet out, feet out, feet out.
3, 4, 5.
And it's
And
good.
that is that.
What's he talking about?
EZScape is
What's our
upset.
time?
46.
46. A new world
New
record.
world record, guys.
The Big Joe foes busting out a 46. 6 seconds faster than the fastest time we've seen from Joe Gang. It's really evolving very quickly here. I've never seen the metagame evolve this quick.
Let's go, baby. Come
I
on.
don't know what to think.
Incredible.
There's so much going on.
I can't
in my
believe
brain.
we get to witness this. We are here experiencing the first time this has ever been done and setting the world records. What a privilege. What an honor.
It's too much for my
honor.
brain to handle, and just like that, it has started up. Joe Gang, look at the speed! The same way. Nez does it the same exact way every way.
Okay,
They
Nez
have it
struggling a
down.
little bit at the top.
Straight out, straight out, straight out. You can do the same thing.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right.
Okay.
Boom. And some discussion going on between the teams, some banter, getting extremely competitive, some confusion.
Oh,
Shift
that's
trying to
all
go
right.
for the middle piece.
Small
And-
misplay.
Yeah.
Nothing
Small
they can't
misplay.
recover from, but
They,
you
they
know,
recovered really well.
that could make the difference in the end.
Out, middle layer.
Shift always is able to get the top, but you can see a very
All right. It's
painful
good.
struggle occurring.
Yeah. A different. He's trying different forms.
Small and confused in the back.
Oh goodness.
Oh, man.
Oh, goodness.
Man.
It
No,
looks like
Torje.
we are
Torje
going
looking
to
like
go
Doughboy
all the
out there.
time.
Yeah, that's some doughboy moves right there. Not able to figure out the power.
4, 5.
That's it.
55.
55.
Still an impressive run.
Oh, boy.
Still an
It is-
impressive run.
That's-
but losing that round.
In a world
It
where a
is
55 doesn't
1-1.
win, what a travesty.
What really showcasing the high level of skill here. 55 would destroy most teams.
Of
Yeah.
course, we brought the best of the best
Absolute-
here.
you know,
for
2
world
digits.
champions.
You know, that's incredible, but
Oh, we're not feeling too hot. Of
the
course.
other team
Of
just
course.
able to clutch it out.
Okay. Moving the safety Joes in a bit.
Absolutely.
Second layer far out like a starfish. Same thing with the third layer.
Slime clarifying the rule set for the players. It is a very confusing and chaotic environment
Absolutely.
to
Of
be out
course.
there. And
Yep.
again, that animalistic nature coming out, your brain kind of shuts off and instinct
1.
takes over. And you kind of need that clarification sometimes.
Absolutely. When you're trying to balance, you'll do anything to maintain it. And right away, the first formation being formed here. The Big
good.
Joe
Looks
foes.
good.
Looking all right.
It's slipping.
Emo, you okay?
5.
No!
Oh,
that
foot
alone.
Oh.
He got off. He got
The
off.
ruling on the floor is that it was good. I started to count.
Okay, all
Okay,
right.
all
The
right,
Joes
all
is
right.
good. Some
Time.
confusion. Unfortunately, going to cost them a little bit of time. And now EZScape trying to get on top. Second try. Looking good. Arms are out. Adjusting
Oh,
again.
adjusting.
Just not quite getting the balance.
Top, Joe, what?
And again, you have to consider the nerves here. This is a Game 3 situation.
Bottom one's
So
allowed.
much more on the line. You cannot mess up.
Absolutely.
There was
a lot
room.
sweatier.
Oh,
Very
oh,
slippery
we see Emo. He has
environment.
learned from Smollett. They've shared their
Oh,
stress.
that was a misplay. You could see from
Oh,
there.
Smollett just missed.
Quickly putting it on.
1.
Set it
Okay,
up.
Bomb doing a great job holding both Big Joes.
Oh, my
Boom.
God.
50 even.
What was it?
50 even.
50
5-0.
Pretty good time. Pretty good. That should be maybe enough. However, we have seen Joe Gang pull out a 46, and they also have pulled out, I believe, a 56.
This is insane because
Right.
they had started out with that 229, and they've come down, pulled down.
Joe Gang
insane.
best improvement.
The best improvement,
overall.
absolutely.
So that was a 50.
That was a 50.
50 flat. With some mistakes. The trash talk. I mean, their reputations are on the line. Whoever loses here might not be able to stack a Joe ever again.
Go.
Shift ready, holding it. Torje ready. Nez.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Looks a bit like a tumor. This isn't quite a Joe stack, but
Yeah,
that will
it's-
play. That will play.
Slime.
It's legal but ugly.
That was
you know
one
what
of
I mean?
Yeah.
That was one of the fastest like
Oh
balances
my
I've ever
goodness.
seen.
Oh my goodness.
The
This is
formation.
absurd.
Okay.
1.
Shift doing excellent at the top for the first time we see him not.
Oh, that
overly
was really
struggling.
close. Oh man.
Two formations.
One-
this is
one
lightning
left.
speed. This is world record
I feel
pace.
like we're at
This
like
is
30,
world-
35 right now. If they
absolutely
get it the
world
first
record
try.
pace.
Torje with the adjustment. Looking good. There it is.
2, 3, 4.
I can't
Boom.
believe it.
37.
37.
37.
The world record.
22 seconds of setup
22.
time. Obviously, that 15 needed for the raw score. Incredible.
37 is the world record.
Never seen anything like it.
Huh?
That was
Joe Gang wins.
Joe.
Yep.
That was absolutely the championship. The final round.
Wow.
They win. I can't believe it.
They've done it.
That was insane.
Absolutely insane.
what a
I
beautiful
would like
thing
to get
to
the Joe Gang over here to
Yeah, let's
hear
have them
some of
on
their
the couch.
thoughts.
I agree.
Absolutely. If we
Come,
can
Thanks for
bring
having
them
me,
talk
guys.
us through that one.
Thank you, Doughboy, for joining us. We're going to switch out, have the team come in.
We need people who actually know how to stack Joes. And Nez is here joining on the mic. We are also joined by Torje, and we have 4 microphones.
Then we only
Shift
have the
coming
camera.
along.
We only have the camera pointing at us, unfortunately.
Well,
but
we could talk a little bit over. I
absolutely
thought.
we
What,
can hear them.
what do you think? How did you feel about the
Not
Joe
sure.
stacking World Series, Artemis?
Are
That was crazy. we have some confusion shift coming in. We do have 5 microphones, so they're all now.
we sure
here.
that one is connected? It wasn't earlier, but well, we'll find out.
Test it out. Shift,
we'll
do you want
find
to talk in that mic?
Does not sound like it.
Does not sound like it's plugged in.
Okay.
Right, but
Yeah, the 5th one's not in, so we can maybe
Okay.
pass the headsets back and forth, or Shift
Yeah.
if you want. You could sit with
Yeah.
them and sort
Shift,
of lean
get
into
right here. The
microphone.
team
Come here,
stays
boys.
together
As a
as
team.
it always has
go.
since day one.
Now,
Here we go.
Joe Gang,
Absolutely.
you came into the scene, relatively new team, one of the newer teams in the league, and the start was extremely weak. You guys, I think, had a 250 in the first game, and it wasn't looking good. It was looking like you were an easy kill. It looked like it was going to be over. What changed after game 1 that allowed you to go from a 250 to under a minute, getting the world record? Nez, what do you think?
Now, first off, I want to say thank you to my team. I want to thank my mom. I want to thank everybody watching at home. Time and time again, me and my team went back to the drawing board and we reassessed our placements. We saw where we failed, and guess what we did best? Succeed, because that is what we do. Joe Gang for life. My boys here, we did it together, and I could not have done it without the pure perseverance, gut, integrity, and power that my team possesses. Joe Gang, that's how we do, and that's how we do, baby. That's how we do.
Let's fucking go. What?
Now it looked like Shift. It looked like Shift
Okay.
wanted to say
Okay.
something.
Okay. You want to say something, Shift?
Shift,
Here.
tell us.
All right, so a lot of people missed that we were the first team to go. We had to establish the meta for them to build onto it.
Sure.
But we were the OGs. We set the foundation for this community. And, it's nice that people are getting interested in the game. They're starting to find new strats. They're optimizing. But you got to remember who the OGs are. It's these guys.
That is true. You guys did go
Tell
first.
'em.
You didn't have
Tell
a whole
'em,
lot to
Shift.
go off of. So were you guys watching the other teams and sort of picking things and be like, oh, that was good, we'll do that next? Or what was the sort of, how did you develop your own personal team strategy?
Well, of course, after assessing the baseline meta, we of course picked strats. We analyzed every match. We have to go through, sift through everything, find exactly what's optimal to do, and then of course we go over it before the match and we execute it perfectly every time.
Sure.
That's how it
Absolutely.
goes.
I saw the communication in the back. You absolutely were. The
100%. You know, what my team is best at is working as a team.
That was
That's
clear.
That was clear. And Joe Gang. 2 world record holders.
2 times world record.
That's
holder.
what we did. Exactly. We definitely worked together. We wanted to make sure that no other team was going to have the same smarts that we had, because we did that. We did that together.
Absolutely.
Joe Gang, baby.
Joe Gang.
Gang.
Joe Gang, I have one last question.
What was all right?
Oh,
one thing.
EZScape wants to come in. We have something to settle from the big Joe foes. There might be some salt. What is going on?
I just don't think it's fair that you guys had Keanu Reeves on your team. That's a little bullshit.
I mean, that's a fair point. That's a fair point. But, I mean, you
right.
just have to deal with how the teams were set up.
That's just how it goes, man. Everyone can't beat Keanu Reeves.
That's true. One last question for Joe Gang, and then we will get it moving. We do, of course, have Mafia coming up. All the tops out there, or anyone who's trying to get on top, what is your best advice for maintaining balance and being able to hold it for 5 seconds?
Oh, Shift had the penguin strategy, of course.
Just don't even try. We're the best. You can't beat us.
Wow.
Joe Gang.
Incredible. This is why they're number
For
one.
life.
This
All
is
right.
why they're number one. Well, thank you guys so much. We hope you enjoyed the Joe stacking. We're going to have a short break, and then, of course, everybody's favorite, we got Mafia coming up, baby. So don't go anywhere and stay tuned.
See you too.